eat it, they'll be like, say what? It's vegan? So yeah. Hi, it's your girl, Chef Joya, and welcome back to my channel, Say What is Vegan. This is a special episode, another in the meantime, in between time, till we start filming all my regular episodes. But today I have something super special for you all. I know mac and cheese have you all in a chokehold. I truly do not understand it. So today I'm gonna put two recipes into one. We are gonna make a jambalaya mac and cheese. Yes, I said a jambalaya mac and cheese that's completely vegan. So let's go ahead and get started. So to get started with this recipe, I have some oil, some olive oil to be exact, being heated in the pan. Now, don't let your pan get this hot. This is not normal, okay, guys? This is not normal. But you want to put some oil in the pan, and you're going to go ahead and add in your vegan meat substitutes. So I'm using two kinds of vegan sausages. I am using the Phil Roast Spicy Mexican Chipotle, and I'm using the Beyond sausage, the hot Italian. Now I like using both of those anytime I'm making like a Cajun recipe, because both of those flavors together is absolutely delicious. This video is not sponsored. I just actually care about how good you all cook, because sometimes y'all know those recipes come out on the internet and y'all do good and you know it ain't right. So I want to make sure that y'all using the best products to make sure you have the best recipes, okay? So I'm gonna take some Worcestershire sauce and make sure that it's vegan. Golden Chick seasoning. If you don't have my Golden Chick, make sure you go to chefjoyasnest.com to get you some. It is absolutely delicious, and it's usually used for like chickeny recipes, but it has a lot of herbs in this. And since we are doing a jambalaya mac and cheese, we wanna make sure we get all those different herbs in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually sprinkle some of this good old seasoning. So we're gonna remove our meat substitutes from the pan. And you can leave some of those oil drippers in it because it's more flavor, okay? If you ain't looking for flavor, this recipe is not for you, all right? I don't wanna hear nothing about somebody, oh, chef, that's too much seasoning. Listen, it ain't never too much seasoning, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and scoop that out. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit more oil to the pan, and then I'm gonna go ahead and saute my veggies, and I'm just gonna do a really quick saute on these. This is just some bell pepper, green and red, with some onion and garlic. So I'm gonna give this a quick little saute. We have our veggies out of the pan. We're getting ready to get to some of you all's favorite part, and that is making the mac and cheese. And we're gonna start off with making our roux. I'm gonna add my vegan butter, and yes, I use a lot of vegan butter. The more butter, the better. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in some tapioca starch or tapioca flour. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some all-purpose flour. Now, if y'all have my cookbook, it's so amazing. You can actually use that recipe to go ahead and make the roux base for this mac and cheese. Now, y'all know it's time for Elena, the whisk, to come out. Like, if y'all still clowning me on this, y'all can't, because y'all know this right here is this is the secret to me having the best mac and cheese, because my whisk looks like this. This thing has been rocking with me forever, okay? So don't ever come for my whisk, all right? Because I know some of y'all like to, but Elena the whisker be doing the thing, all right? Now we're gonna go ahead and start adding our seasonings to this mac and cheese. So first we're gonna go ahead and use my Mahmazing Cajun seasoning. If you do not know, honey, you have not been to the nest, chefjoyasnest.com. We're gonna use this Mahmazing Cajun seasoning. We're gonna add it to it. So when you think of the Mahmazing Cajun, it replaces anything like, you know, Tony Stactries and like Old Bay. I know nothing can truly replace them, but this can, okay? I can. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to our pot. Then next we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of Tabasco sauce. Then we're gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire, vegan Worcestershire, for those who like, Worcestershire sauce is a vegan. I think I have to explain that like every video, especially in the comments, because somebody wants to be smart. They be real not smart in here, all right? Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add some Dijon mustard. That looked like that was enough. Add in a little bit of salt. And yes, my Cajun seasoning does have salt in it, but I just like to add kosher salt to the recipe anyways, because it helps bring out that flavor. And now we're gonna go ahead and add some black pepper. I'm very heavy-handed with black pepper and mac and cheese. It's just something that I think that absolutely needs to go, and it has to go, okay? Add in a little bit of Marsala cooking wine. Yes. Now, this is something y'all probably have not seen me do, but for this recipe, it is absolutely delicious. Like, even if you do like a vegan lobster mac and cheese, use a Marsala or a sherry wine, and I promise you it's going to elevate your recipe about 10 levels. So for extra creaminess, we're going to add in some vegan sour cream. Now, if you don't have vegan sour cream, you can use vegan cream cheese. And if you don't have neither, go to the stove. Don't skip it, okay? You thought I was gonna say go without. Take a tail to the stove. Now we're gonna use vegans' favorite ingredient that they don't know how to use, and that is nutritional yeast. So we're gonna add a little bit. That was so much shade. We're gonna add a little bit of nutritional yeast to it. Not too much. That may look like a lot, but it's really not. You don't ever want to use too much nutritional yeast. I find that still happening a lot, and I'm going to say that on every video I pretty much use nutritional yeast in, because too much ruins the recipe, okay? I don't know what it is that people do or why they do it, but please stop doing that, all right? Next, we're going to add a little bit of sugar. We don't want sweet mac and cheese, all right? And now we're going to add in a little bit of garlic powder. Now, this is technically optional. I should have tasted it before I did it, but my ancestors told me to go ahead and add the garlic powder. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and add the onion powder while I'm at it. At this point, I want to taste the sauce for my mac and cheese. Even though it's not completely done, I want to make sure that the base is perfect before I start adding the extra ingredients in it to make it a jambalaya mac and cheese. I need more salt. Hold on. No ma'am. We're gonna add some more sauce to this. Hold on. Uh-oh. Just a little bit. All right, y'all, so I'm adding a little bit more salt to it because it definitely needed some more, but I still need to be conscious because I'm still adding my vegan meat substitute, which has been heavily seasoned, and my veggies. So I don't want to do too much salt, all right? But that needed some salt. I was like, where's the salt? The seasoning is fire, but I could not find the salt at all. All right, so the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is add in our vegan cheese. Now today I am using Vitalite cheese. Boom, boom, you see that? You see that? I've never used this brand before, but I'm gonna use it today. So y'all, let's pray that this is going to be absolutely amazing. I did taste it without it being cooked, and it was delicious. So I have a lot of faith in this, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and add in our vegan cheese. And this is the vegan cheddar that I'm adding to it for Vitalite. And because this is a jambalaya pasta, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of tomato paste. Now listen, y'all, before anybody come for me, don't you dare ever in your regular life put tomatoes or tomato paste in your mac and cheese. I am literally only doing this because I am making a jambalaya pasta mac and cheese, all right? And I added pasta in there because I just said what I said. But do not use tomatoes in your mac and cheese the day after never. Only if you're making a recipe like this, okay? We got it? We got it? Okay, cool. We're gonna add in our vegan meat substitute. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add in our veggies, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and use some vegan chicken bouillon. I am using the Better Than bouillon. And yes, it says vegetarian, but it is completely 100% vegan. And you can use whatever type of bouillon you want. You can use a vegetable bouillon, but if you have a vegan chicken bouillon, go ahead and use that, okay? So this is nice and thick and creamy and gooey and ooey. Y'all don't take it there. Don't get your mind out the gutter. Get your mind out the gutter. All right, so I got my baking dish, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with some Pam. And y'all, listen, we're not about to have the Pam fighters in here. Use whatever nonstick spray you choose to use, okay? You can do that. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my penne pasta. Most box pasta, guys, is already vegan. When you look at the ingredients, you'll see like semolina, durum wheat flour. You'll see things like that. A lot of them don't have eggs in it, but some of them do. So you still want to always read your labels. Now, if you choose to use chickpea pasta and lentil pasta and all that type of stuff, you can do what you want to do. I ain't using it, but you can use whatever it is that you want to use. Whenever you cook your pasta, you want to make sure you cook it in a lot of flavor. You can use my golden chick seasoning or just a heavy salt. But whatever you do, you never want to cook your pasta in just plain water. So we're going to go ahead and add in our sauce. So we're going to pour our jambalaya cheese sauce. Woo, woo, woo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's going to be amazing. Like the flavors are already there. So the texture is about to be on point. And this is flooded. Add our vegan mozzarella. You know, we're gonna use this whole thing. How about this? Let's just pour a whole bag on here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and spread out our vegan mozzarella. And we're gonna top that off because cheese need love too. We need some of that seasoning love. So I have my oven preheated to 425. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this. I actually sprayed it with Pam because I didn't want any of this cheese to bubble up and stick to the pan. So I'm gonna put it in the oven on 425 for about 35 minutes until I see my cheese start to melt, because vegan cheese does melt. T.S. Madison, it does melt. So we're gonna make sure that melts, and then we're gonna take it off for the last 15 minutes so it can brown up and get a nice golden color. So we'll be back. Wow, that thing is bubbling. It is breaking it down, all the way down. I'm gonna have to let this cool for about 15 minutes before I dig into this. Usually I can do the, not today, not on this. So I'll be trying this out in about 10 to 15 minutes and let y'all know exactly what I think about my new Jambalaya Mac and Cheese. All right, it's time to dig in. Look, I can't even wait the full 15 minutes. I'm ready to go. Okay, scoop into this scoopity-doo, scoopity-doo. Like the longer you let it sit, oh, look at that. Look at that. The longer you let it sit, the thicker it get, the more it can gel together. But this right here, oh, baby, yes. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yes. Ooh, look at, oh, my gosh. It smells like everything, everything. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh, my gosh, look at this cheese sauce. Get the sausage. Make sure I get a little piece of chicken in there. Get a little bell pepper. Still blowing. This thing is hot. It's real hot. Period. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me that this ain't gonna be the best mac and cheese you ever had. Vegan or not, you're going to love this. Baby. Yes, rightfully so. They call me the queen of vegan mac and cheese. Baby. Because I am and will always be. Like, who thinks to do this? Joya. And it's perfect. Yo, I cannot wait for you all to try this out. Hold on, because I'm going to say the ending of this video, but I got to get another bite because this is delicious. This don't make no sense. I cannot wait for you all to try this recipe out. It is going to blow your mind. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, what is you doing? Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Like and share with someone who would love this. And I will see you next time on Say What? It's Vegan. I'm Chef Joya. Ciao.